I'm surviving 5 days out here in the desert, and all of a sudden, thousands of hawks have just come over me. Got him! There is no joke, 200 or 300 flies on me at the moment. Good fish, it's got me in a snag. There we go. We're not only looking for animals, we're looking for dinosaur bones too. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty wild adventure over the next 5 days. The morning's opening up over the most dangerous place here in Australia. And for the next 5 days, this is where I'm gonna be surviving with no food, no water, and no shelter. I'm gonna be living alongside some of the deadliest animals on Earth, including the world's most venomous snake, the Inland Taipan. One drop of venom from an Inland Taipan can kill as many as 200 adult humans. So for me, by myself out here, a single bite from this species means certain death. Let's start hiking around and see if we can find one. It's gonna be a wild few days. Alright, so believe it or not, the hardest thing about surviving in the outback is not catching your own food. It's not collecting your own water. It's dealing with these flies. There is no joke, 200 or 300 flies on me at the moment. And from sunrise until sunset, these flies are buzzing around your face, landing in your eyes, trying to get as much moisture as they can. Now, the reason why I chose this place is because not only am I surrounded by so much good land to search for animals, but the main thing that you need to know about surviving in a place like this is you need water. So I've found a place where there is a water source that we're gonna collect water from, but that's not the main reason why I chose this place. On day 3 or 4, we're gonna go on a huge hike through these lands and get to a giant red sand desert. And we're gonna be exploring that place at nighttime. Should be pretty cool. Something that amazes me about this place is how much the temperature changes throughout the year. Last time I was surviving out here looking for Inland Taipans, it got up to about 45 degrees Celsius during the day and only dropped about 10 degrees at night. The nights are gonna be really cold out here, dropping down to as low as 6 degrees. So we're gonna be sleeping beside a fire every single night. There were tribes surviving in this area tens of thousands of years ago. 95 million years ago, dinosaurs were cruising around this exact area. But the thing is, back then, this was actually a shallow sea. And because it was a shallow sea, that's the reason why there's so many fossils well preserved here. So while cruising around these rocky escarpments today, we're not only looking for animals, we're looking for dinosaur bones too. I feel like the stream that we're gonna have to collect water from, the flies are gonna be 10 times as bad as this. Dry creek beds, good place to take cover. It's also a good place to see what animals are living here with you. Unfortunately, I'm seeing lots of dingo tracks. To get to the creek, we've got to hike up over these rocks over here. We're gonna head there now, see if we can catch any food down by the river, and we'll bring a pot full of water back to boil up on the fire. Mindlessly wandering through these lands with such purpose. It's how I do some of my best work. See this down here? There'll be crayfish living under those rocks. Let's fill up a pot full of water and lift up a few of these rocks, see if we can catch any big red claw crayfish that we can take back away from these flies and cook up in one of the escarpments. Oh! Oh! It's a little fish. Oh, yes! Big crayfish. Yes, fish. Little shrimp. There we go. That could be good fishing bait. I got another one. Oh! Got him! That was a good catch. He just came out from under that little hole right there. And I got his pincers so he didn't get me, luckily. It's hard to fully enjoy it when you're getting attacked by that many flies, but this is so good. I'm gonna chuck all the crayfish in the top of the backpack. Take a look at this big fella. Chuck him in too. 2 bony brim as well. This will keep me going for a few days. All right, let's get out of these flies, head back to camp, make a fire and cook up this feed. Hopefully this fire will scare away some of the flies. So many of them here at the moment. One of my teachers, a survival expert many years ago, told me that when you're surviving, a lot of the time it wouldn't be like what you see in TV shows or this video. You'd be conserving energy. You wouldn't be hiking around and exploring and looking for inland taipans. And obviously in a place like this, water's your top priority. So we're gonna wait for this fire to die down into coals, put this little pot on, filter it again through my scarf into my water bottle and have a drink. I'm gonna need to do this at least once a day. This part of the outback's had so much rain recently to the point where it actually all flooded. A lot of this place down here was underwater. Towns were evacuated, which is crazy to think about a place as dry as this, covered in water. It's also the reason why all the trees are so green at the moment. But yeah, this is the feed that we got on our first day of hunting. I've boiled it, filtered it through this little cloth. That's pretty much all that I can do at this point. Taste it. Still tastes like mud. Not bad. That's all my water for today. There's no way I'm going back to that fly-infested swamp. Till tomorrow. And throw these crayfish on top. And we'll chuck the fish just over on the side here. They smell so bad as they're being cooked right now. It's because they've been living in this little muddy dam. Starting to look a bit better now. 4 more days to go. Crayfish is pretty good. Let's try the fish. I've never eaten this type of brim before. Really muddy and fishy actually. Let's have another bite. Oh, I'm gonna need to keep eating like this every day. Pretty cool though, we caught ourselves a feed. Gonna wait around here for the rest of the day, find a place to set up camp tonight. What a cool adventure. All right, this is camp for night 1. Let's make a fire. Pretty good. The sun's about to go down. It's about to get really cold out here. The flies have seriously been so bad today. It's almost to the point that it's unbearable, but there's no way that I'm failing the survival challenge on day 1. Push through the days and then look forward to this time. This is my favorite part of the day because it's when all the flies start to leave and go to sleep. So what we're gonna do, and the reason why I brought a torch with me, is this big gully that we were exploring today. We're gonna go and try find some animals in it tonight. Because the thing about the desert is it's so hot out here. Most of the animals are nocturnal. Even the inland taipans will only come out on the surface for about an hour each day before it gets too hot. But we've got a couple of really cool days coming up. Now, I believe that this is probably the most dangerous place to survive in Australia. And I've spent some serious time out here during the hottest months of the year, and it's brutal. It's so brutal. But there's something about this right now, at this moment. Just being out here all by yourself with the animals and this land makes the harsh days worth it. One One of the best ways to find creatures out here at night is by eye shining them with the torch. Creatures like wild dogs, tawny frogmouths, even animals as small as knobtail geckos will shine back at you, and you have the ability to see them from a long way away. Pretty cool exploring this terrain though. After rainfall in the outback, the animals and plants thrive out here. There's more food for species like kangaroos, so the kangaroos breed up and you'll see a lot more of them hopping around these escarpments. But what that also means is the predators, the dingoes that do live out here in the outback, breed up and feed up too. So when sleeping in a place as open as this, with a fire, a light that can be seen from so far away, that's the only thing that I worry about. We're back at camp, we're gonna call it a night. We'll see you at sunrise for day 2. The sun's coming up at the moment. It gets really chilly at this time of day. The plan for today is to hike about 2 kilometers and explore a huge section of rocky caves and see what we can find. 3 days to go. Ready, have a go at this. These are the caves that we were hiking to this morning, and the caves which we're gonna sleep in tonight. And these caves are prime habitat for goannas, in particular the parenti. Now the odds are against us finding one at the moment because the temps are so low, but we'll no doubt be able to see if there's parentis living in here by the tracks they leave on the floor. Let's hike up there and try find some. I'm following the tracks used by animals, game trails that run through this rocky terrain. You can see with the amount of rocks that are on the floor here, it's very unstable country. One trip can be fatal. All through these caves are tracks from lizards, big lizards. Too big to be any dragon species. These are from big monitors. Big track leading right here. Whether they're sleeping in these caves right now or just outside sunning themselves, it's cool to be in the presence of such a big animal. We made it to the top of this big rocky cliff. Feels like a good time to tell you what I've bought in my backpack for this survival challenge, because we haven't got much with us. So I've really only bought 4 things with me to help me survive for the next 5 days out here in the outback. So obviously the first and most important thing is a kettle to boil water in. We've also got a water bottle to keep the water while I'm walking around. Next thing I've got is a little hand reel. We've got some spare fishing line in my bag, 1 hook, and we're gonna use this to fish in the little dried up creeks and try catch myself a feed. The other thing that we bought is a torch. One of the coolest things is exploring this place after dark. And the final thing that I bought out here is this big knife. This is what allows me to have a good night's sleep out here and not have to worry about wild dogs. We've got all of my camera gear, first aid kits. That includes compression bandages for snake bites. I think today's gonna be more of a chill one. We're gonna hang in these caves for most of the day. And tomorrow we're gonna start hiking to a new location, a little water source which should hold bigger fish that we can catch with that fishing reel. This is the only way to sleep out here during the day. Just had an hour-long nap. It's the afternoon at the moment. Sun's gonna be setting soon, and the flies will be gone. How good. This has to be one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced in my life. I'm surviving 5 days out here in the desert, and all of a sudden, thousands of hawks have just come over me. It looks fake. It looks like this is not real, but this is actually happening. So we found a nice place to camp, this little cave behind me, in this same escarpment section that we've been exploring today. The only thing about it is the flies are so bad here at the moment. I'm gonna get a fire going, hopefully it scares some of them away. We didn't end up catching any food today. I'm feeling pretty drained and we still have 3 days left to survive. But look at this. Not a bad view from where I'm gonna be staying. After seeing all the dingo tracks in the ground today, this feels safer. This feels nicer to camp than just out in the open like I did last night. Just having walls behind you and a fire out in front makes you feel so much better. Not that I've seen any dingoes here yet, but they've no doubt seen me. Just absolute nothingness for as far as you can see. It's crazy to me that animals live out here. Such a harsh life. I think we are gonna go for a bit of a night walk tonight around these escarpments. Sadly, it's super cold at the moment, so it's a lot harder to find animals, but still so cool exploring under the stars at night. Last light of the day. No more flies. Yes. Day number 2 in the outback complete. Tomorrow we're going to start our hike towards the red sand desert and we're going to be crossing another water source on the way there. Another creek that we're hopefully going to be able to catch some bigger fish with the fishing reel. Sunrise over the outback. I tell you what, really makes you appreciate the small things out here. Just having this cloth off my head feels so nice, but soon the flies are gonna wake up as well. Look at what I'm looking at right now. We're gonna make our way towards the red sand desert today. We didn't end up eating yesterday. It'd be good to get one more big feed before we complete this challenge. Let's go for a walk over here and actually see the sun come up. Not bad at all. The sun's coming up. You can see it hitting the peak of those mountains over there. We're in for another big day. You know, usually day 3 of these survival challenges, especially in places as harsh as this, I'm feeling low on energy, but I'm excited. I think because it's new. I don't get to come out and explore the outback too often, so look at that. I think it's about to hit me. So generally, if you were gonna go on a big hike in a place as hot as this, you'd utilize the early hours of the morning and even the hours throughout the night to do so before it gets too hot. Especially in a survival situation, you wanna conserve as much energy as you can, and walking during the day when it's so hot takes it out of you really quick. However, I kinda wanted to sleep in this morning. Somewhat of a sleep in. Let's go. We've finished our hike and we've made it down to the other water source. It looks a lot better. I reckon there'll be bigger fish hanging around this area. I've got a bunch of shrimp that I caught in the dam that I'm gonna use as bait. Let's get it in there and see if we can catch anything. We're getting bites. Oh, big. Oh, it's got me in a snag. That was a good fish. Oh, I can feel it still in the line. I should probably get in. There we go. Oh, that was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. So legal size for silver perch is 30 centimeters. This one was bang on 30, so we're allowed to take it. It's funny because even during these survival challenges, I still have to abide by the rules, which is why I'm not allowed to do things like spearfishing in this creek because it's illegal in fresh water here in Australia. I'm lighting these fires with a little flint. It comes attached to my knife. So we're gonna get this fire going and cook up this fish for lunch. We've been making lots of fires throughout this survival challenge and I'm not mad about it. I love a fire, especially after jumping in the river to catch that fish. It's freezing in there, but we're gonna build this fire up, wait for it to die down, and we'll chuck the perch on and eat it. First meal in a couple days. I'm just gonna fish for fun for the rest of the day, and whatever fish we catch after this, we'll just release. I'm so stoked with this. I think this meal will carry me through for the next few days. Grateful. The other cool thing about this place is there's not as many flies, especially when we get the fire going. While we got the fire going, we're gonna boil up some water as well. Fill back up my water bottle. First decent meal, how good. There we go. You can even tell, although this is still muddy water, it's cleaner than the dam that we cooked the other crayfish and fish out of, and it tastes so much better. Perch generally are pretty good eating fish as well. So good. We've really put ourselves in a good position to finish off this challenge strong. I'm gonna finish off this fish, have some water, and then we're gonna keep fishing. Oh, bite. Yep. Yeah. We're on. We're onto a fish. What is it? A catfish. No matter how far I travel, I can never get away from these things. Look at that little fella. How cool is that? Keep going. There you go. So where I'm gonna be sleeping tonight, there's some big dog footprints. I mean, take a look at that. Gonna have to find a pretty safe place to camp tonight. say that's a pretty successful day today. Starting to feel a lot more weathered as the days go on, so I want to be traveling before it gets hot, during the early hours of the morning, before the sun comes up. Also, since this is the last water source between here and the desert, I'm going to fill up a pot of water and bring it with me. I'm going to quickly make a fire and I'll see you in the morning, day 4. Alright, really early in the morning at the moment. Everything's just waking up, including myself. I'm gonna try to hike about an hour closer to the desert. It's cold. It's pretty cold. It's around 5 degrees this morning. But when that sun comes up today, I'm gonna be using dry creek beds as means for travel because it's so much cooler rather than walking out through these hot plains. Right, I've been walking across these plains for a while. Final day out here in the outback. And we're gonna be camping on sand tonight, exploring this area after dark. Have a go at this. These little tracks. You'd think in a place like this that's as dry and harsh as this red sand desert that I'm walking through right now would hold no animals, but I'm looking in the tracks in the sand and the footprints give it away. There's feral cats, species of lizards, emus, kangaroos, wild dogs have all walked through here within the past couple days. And how I know it's that recent is because it's super windy at the moment. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow in this sand dune and all of the tracks from the previous night will be covered. It's been a big few days out here in the sun, in the outback. Super drained today. Tomorrow morning we've completed the challenge. 5 days solo survival in the desert. Pretty cool. Super tired, super keen to get back home, but it's been super cool. If you haven't been out here or haven't been out to terrain like this before, you should definitely go check it out. It's some beautiful stuff. All right, let's boil up the rest of this water. It's what's gonna carry me through until tomorrow morning. Love having fires in the sand, even on the beach, but there's something special about the red sand desert. Also, kind of have a confession to make. So I bought a torch, I bought a knife, kettle, a hand reel. I also bought one more thing. I've been saving it for the last night. A singular tea bag. It's made from a plant from out here in the outback, so I thought it was pretty fitting. But we're gonna boil up this kettle and enjoy a tea on our last night. About 4 hours, when that cools down, we can try it. I'm gonna let this fire die down and we'll go for a night walk. Really tried my hardest over the past few days to find some cool animals, but it was just too cold. That's That's all for today. I'll see you all in the morning for the last sunrise here in the outback. I reckon it's gonna be a good one. Alright, and there we go. The last sunrise out here in the outback. 5-day survival challenge complete. I truly put in so much effort filming these videos, right? Drove 16 hours to get out to this place to film this video. If you do want to support me in making these videos, you can leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. You can even go follow me on Instagram at Miller Wilson. Yeah, keen to get this video up for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching this far into the video, and I'll see you next week in the next adventure.